business-wise for a long time.
But that's why it's only business. It was really away from that. I explained why I didn't hang out with him, right? Because it's a little fluffy stuff going on.
It's not your scene.
It's not my style.
Not your scene.
They hug you from the front and the back at the same time. I got uncomfortable with him because the way he was acting to try and get me to hang out with him was like, yo, I'll take you shopping. Like, and I'm like, what you mean? Like, that's something you say to a woman you're attracted to, maybe.
Right.
It's just weird, bro. Like, and now you start to see a lot of the weird stuff that was there. It looks like it all lines up, don't it? It was not in the closet. It was in front of you and you wasn't seeing it because you see the beards or you see the girls. So you didn't look at them the way it actually is to a degree. Now, like, and when I say people respond, how people respond to things matter, like the internet will take to it and just go off with it. Meek responds being the uncomfortability. He goes, yo, I'll spend $100,000 to find out why my name is in this like this. And it's in it only because he's uncomfortable. You don't hear him talking about French. French was right there.
Yeah.
Right? Why you get so quiet? You guys make me feel like I'm scared.
Well, I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot.
No, they see this. You see this. They see this.
You see it.
Nah, you see this. They won't act like that. Oh, we got nothing to do with that. If we could just...
A newly filed legal motion has once again pushed one of hip-hop's most influential figures, Jay-Z, into the center of intense public discussion. While the motion itself does not directly accuse him of wrongdoing, it has reignited widespread debate, largely due to his long-standing professional and social associations with Sean Diddy, Combs. As legal pressure surrounding Diddy continues to escalate, the ripple effects are now reaching far beyond the primary defendant, drawing in major names across the entertainment industry and prompting renewed scrutiny of past relationships, business ties, and public silence. For years, Jay-Z and Diddy have been viewed as
When he offered to take you shopping.
Yeah, you see, now Meek is in the same shirt. He's out there in the same shirt. This is not Photoshop. Stop it, man. You set that up. Look, obviously was not offended by what I was offended by. Guys may say to a girl, you know, like, let me take a shot. See?
Damn.
They found it that quick.
What do you think's happening in the middle?
I don't know what's going on. Wow, because it was like, he was like, yo, you hot now. Now we got to hang out now. Like, you know, like hang out. Yeah. She said, I don't know, man. Take you shopping and I get you some flash and you could give me the hood. And I was looking and I was like, let me just move away from him because I'm gonna mess up the way. Certain things they let it go by because it's Puff. He wasn't like in the closet. He was like in the hallway.
All these years, you being the only one calling this out.
No, I look like I've been the crazy guy for a long time.
You're a hater.
You're a hater. You do this. Yeah, and now everybody's complaining. My ass is hurting.
Giants in the music and business worlds. Two moguls who helped shape modern hip-hop culture, fashion, and entrepreneurship. Their interactions over decades, including public appearances, collaborations, and shared social circles, have long been documented. However, in the current climate, even indirect associations are being re-examined through a much harsher lens. The newly submitted motion has not named Jay-Z as a defendant, yet the public conversation surrounding his proximity to Diddy has intensified, fueled.
Yeah. And it's different than when it was 2016. You know, the game has been elevated. As we can tell, there's no expense being spared. We had a Black Billionaires lunch. You understand?
Right.
And we here together and we're gonna keep staying together. We getting tighter. You know what I'm saying? And united we stand. And ain't nothing else to us.
Look, when Jay signed his contract, the big one was with Beyonce. When he signed that contract, the marriage contract, he got trophies. Now those trophies came rolling in, buddy. He started getting Grammys left and right, man. I mean, look, if you look at his career,
You're gonna let him say that. Jay was getting Grammy.
he had one.
Exactly.
He had one.
And he ain't show up.
He has like 20 now.
Oh, Lord.
He had like 18 since he been down. He had one, bro. Hard Knock Life.
You're not wrong.
He was one. He got some shit. He's like drinking. His pictures with him. Thinks the cup.
Wait a minute. So you're saying the success is derived from the marriage?
I've absolutely been treated different.
The accolades.
Because he's no longer viewed as like a street or gangster rapper. Now he's viewed as a businessman, entrepreneur, family man.
And the biggest ones because of the position Beyonce's.
Oh, wow.
His career, you can look at that as say the association to Beyonce is when he started to receive the 16, 17 Grammys since he's been with Beyonce. Right? And you go prior to that, 1.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So that came in association, like you see that their kids even have Grammys. Like they don't sing yet. They don't sing. Right. They don't rap yet. And they already have Grammys and shit. So it's like they give them this trophy so we secure that they're coming to the award show. It meant that much.
Speculation, social media commentary, and heightened sensitivity to accountability within powerful circles at the same time. Curtis, 50 Cent Jackson has emerged as one of the loudest voices amplifying the situation. Known for his unfiltered commentary and long history of public feuds, 50 Cent has taken to social media to openly criticize not only Diddy but also individuals he perceives as having been complicit, silent, or loosely connected. His posts, often sarcastic and confrontational, have added another layer of pressure to an already volatile situation. While his statements do not
anti-Diddy and was always speaking about Diddy as a problematic person was 50 Cent. And it turns out that it's just been announced that he's created a docu-series on Netflix. I can't wait to see this. The other end of that, every person who has tried to speak out about this, who has tried to speak out about the industry, the type of people that are controlling the industry, the attacks that people face from the media if they try to speak out is always the same. They're called crazy. And an example of one such individual who went through those sorts of attacks is the actor Orlando Brown. He was on Disney, and I remember everyone telling us that he was totally insane and deranged when he was saying a lot of things that at the time sounded crazy, particularly about Diddy. Take a listen.
The requirement is you gotta say no to Diddy. If it's new booty in the building, you know he's gonna get it.
Don't take your girlfriend to a Diddy party.
You can take but he won't you.
Diddy, to me, is the fall guy. We are still seeing a major effort to protect the big names, just like
ability within powerful circles at the same time. Curtis, 50 Cent Jackson has emerged as one of the loudest voices amplifying the situation. Known for his unfiltered commentary and long history of public feuds, 50 Cent has taken to social media to openly criticize not only Diddy but also individuals he perceives as having been complicit, silent, or
You better believe it. Shout out Def Jam, we the best. You know what it is. It's 2010, baby. It's the takeover. I'm going in.
Happy New Year to the whole planet. God is the greatest. Real talk. And you know, I mean, if there's anything that somebody can say better than that, I'm all ears. But with that being said, continuous blessings to the whole entire universe.
Diddy and Ross, which they good buddies, okay? They're gay.
Who?
Both. Diddy and Ross. And Khaled. They're all gay, okay?
DJ Khaled, Rick Ross, and P. Diddy?
Yeah.
They're all gay?
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right.
Khaled is a Hamas supporter. Okay?
Who supporter?
Hamas.
Yeah.
Sorry, I said it wrong.
No worries.
Hamas supporter, okay? I had sex with Cassie and Sean. Basically, he would masturbate and tell me what to do with Cassie. I had like 15 encounters, and I heard a lot.
Hidden in plain sight.
It's hidden.
I think I see what you're saying.
Okay, how do I know this?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. How do you know this?
Do you know Sean Combs?
According to court filings, the defense argues that the complexity of the case, the volume of evidence, and the evolving nature of the allegations require additional time to prepare an adequate defense. Such requests are not uncommon in large-scale cases, but in this instance, the move has been interpreted by some observers as an indication of the mounting challenges ahead. Perhaps most striking is the language contained within a recent indictment, which suggests that the scale of the alleged misconduct may be far greater than initially understood. Early reports pointed to a limited number of accusers, but newer filings imply that there could be hundreds of potential.
Diddy Combs is facing new accusations of human trafficking as he awaits his federal trial. In a civil case filed in Florida April 1st, Joseph Manzaro alleges, according to court documents obtained by E! News, that he was drugged, transported against his will, and sexually maimed as a victim of a coercive and organized criminal enterprise facilitated by Combs and others back in 2015, and named celebs such as Beyonce, Jay-Z, and LeBron James as witnesses in the lawsuit. In his filing, Manzaro says the alleged events took place in April 2015. He states that he lost consciousness after feeling a, quote, greasy substance resembling Vaseline as he opened the front door to his home, after which he says he was transported to another residence, where an associate of Combs allegedly told him that the music mogul wanted him brought to a freak-off event. Manzaro alleges in the suit he was secretly transferred to the music producer's home through a concealed tunnel allegedly connected to Gloria Estefan and Emilio Estefan's Miami property. He alleges that upon regaining partial consciousness, he found himself inside a large party area upon information and belief that it was a birthday party for Combs' then 17-year-old son Christian Combs. There, he was allegedly forced to appear in a penis mask. The lawsuit states, Jay-Z and Beyonce Knowles Carter were seated in the room, and upon seeing Manzaro, Beyonce Knowles Carter asked, "What's this? What's this all about? Why is this half-naked white man with a penis mask standing here in front of me?" Manzaro alleges in the lawsuit that he was then forcibly paraded through multiple rooms filled with people who were jeering and taunting him.
High-profile individuals, including Jacob Arabo, Jay-Z, Gloria Estefan, LeBron James, and Beyonce Knowles Carter, are identified as witnesses due to their presence or knowledge of the events surrounding the freak-off orchestrated by defendant Diddy. Wow. And freak-off, of course, is something that we've heard many times before, both in Combs' criminal case and other civil cases, to describe these prolonged sexual episodes, usually with sex workers. But Manzaro is suing Sean Combs. He is suing a man named Eric Mejias. He is suing Brendan Paul, who's been described in another lawsuit as Sean Combs' drug mule, Emilio Estefan, who is married to pop superstar Gloria Estefan, and Adria English, who filed her own lawsuit against Sean Combs, claiming she too was a victim of sex trafficking. By the way, it's interesting he's not suing these other celebrities that I mentioned, like Jay-Z and Beyonce and Gloria Estefan, possibly because he doesn't believe their alleged liability amounted to a civil claim, but seems to want to call them as witnesses at a trial, although I have to imagine they will do everything in their power to quash any subpoena should this case progress, and we'll talk a little bit more about whether...
While these figures remain unproven and subject to judicial review, the implication alone has dramatically shifted the narrative. What once appeared to be a contained legal dispute is now being discussed as a systemic issue with far-reaching consequences. Legal experts note that cases involving large numbers of alleged victims often take years to fully unfold. Each claim must be independently evaluated, corroborated, and tested under the law. The process is slow, meticulous, and frequently painful for those involved. Nevertheless, the possibility of such a scale has prompted renewed calls for transparency, institutional accountability, and industry-wide reflection on how power dynamics have historically been managed or ignored.
It's really hard for y'all to discern what's real and what's true, you know? And I've been seeing y'all memes and stuff. People be making memes. I see the memes. I say, no, some of that stuff is funny. Some of it's funny. But I haven't addressed any of this publicly, but I just want to say this very clearly. I don't have to do with Puffy, so y'all can stop all the memes. I can stop all of that. I ain't been nowhere near no damn freak off. Listen, I do enough of my own. Don't be putting me in other people's. I ain't been nowhere near that man. I ain't did none of that stupid. So, whenever y'all hear it, if somebody say that, it's a damn lie. I don't even like baby oil. But I haven't said that publicly. I just said y'all the first time. I usually don't respond to dumb stuff because it's like people. It's so many things people say, so much stuff, but You know, that one, it was your memes was doing too much. Y'all was having me mad.
When you were dating J-Lo, Will Smith and Jada tried to pick her up on a threesome and you were going to beat up Will Smith.
To the gravity of the situation is the expected testimony of Cassie Ventura, a former partner of Diddy and a central figure in earlier public allegations. Cassie's willingness to testify is widely viewed as a pivotal moment in the case. Observers believe her statements could provide critical insight into the inner workings of relationships and environments that, until recently, were largely shielded from public view. While the content of her testimony remains unknown, its potential impact is difficult to overstate. Cassie's role is particularly significant. Because of her visibility and credibility, as an artist and public figure, her words are likely to carry substantial weight. Not only in the courtroom, but also in
poke fun at them.
You just ask questions.
You're not worried that it comes back your way? Like people dig up your past and try to pull stuff up?
I don't got shit in my past. I'm not.
Everybody got a little bit.
Look,
Like,
I took.
not that it's real enough.
I took a pill, but it was for me to perform better, for her to remember, buddy. I didn't f***ing give her a drink so she forget what the f*** happened. What the f*** is going on here, bro? Yes, I took the drinks. I gave me the f***ing drug to perform, so she can remember and possibly love me for that.
Did it work?
What the f***? This is, yo, bro, look, I'm doing pretty good. Like, doing pretty good. You know what I mean? Like, but I'm just saying, this is the opposite of normal shit that we're talking about, bro.
That is why. Well, I don't know why it's so hard for people
So
just
for
to
people to
acknowledge
feel
weird
like
shit is
you
weird.
would have something or you would have reserved energy because you feel like you was doing it too, this is people that are looking on separation between their hardships or their the things that they got going on that would be issues and what a celebrity's issues would be.
Wait, what is that?
They think all celebrities are doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Right, and when you see, if I wasn't saying anything, guess what? You could safely say that a person on the outskirts that is not involved in hip-hop culture could think that everybody in hip-hop culture is with that shit.
shaping broader public understanding. If her testimony aligns with claims made by other accusers, it could strengthen the prosecution's case and encourage additional individuals to come forward. Conversely, the defense is expected to rigorously challenge her account, emphasizing the adversarial nature of the legal process. As these developments continue, the spotlight has widened to include numerous figures who have, at various times, operated within Diddy's orbit. Producers, artists, executives, and longtime associates are now facing increased scrutiny, not necessarily for their actions, but for their proximity and perceived influence. In an era where silence is often interpreted
About P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy.
Yeah.
Did he do it, right? I know
He did it.
you've been heavy on social media talking about it.
He did it. And I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before it actually.
Oh, you've been saying this for a long time now. And then no one was, they're just, why is he saying this? And now it's coming out like crazy. I mean,
But I also didn't participate. I also didn't go to those parties.
Yeah.
So a lot of the celebrity culture that you don't hear saying anything is because they participated to a degree.
But was there a reason you never went to those parties back in the day? Obviously, I know what was going on there, but is there a reason you never did?
I'm just not with all that freaky shit. Like all of the stuff that he's doing, I'm not into that type of stuff. I'm just a little more, maybe you could say basic or normal. You go to the 90s and Keefe D said he paid him to kill Tupac.
Yeah.
It's a little, like, you get the craziest accusations. You had TMZ created a docuseries, they went to Tubi, but the series is saying the downfall of Diddy.
You're one of the first persons in entertainment to really call out people and kind of have that authority in that, to be able to call people out. I mean, which is pretty amazing. You're kind of, in some ways, draining the swamp of Hollywood.
Yeah, I don't have a support system. I don't have a support system of a peer group of artists that I require to do what I'm doing. I've had to be on my own from the beginning. So I don't necessarily...
complicity. Many are questioning who knew what, when they knew it, and why more was not done sooner. Jay-Z's position in this narrative is particularly complex. Widely regarded as a savvy businessman and cultural strategist, he has carefully managed his public image for decades. His relative silence amid the current controversy has sparked debate. Some argue that silence is prudent, especially in the absence of direct allegations. Others believe that figures of his stature have a moral obligation to address issues.
Yet you said you weren't a part of that lifestyle, you weren't going to the parties. So what makes you so absolutely sure that these kinds of allegations that we've seen against him are true?
Well, surprised by the allegations, as surprised as everyone else is. Like, I didn't make the allegations. I didn't tell people to say these things. It comes out, I see it in the news like everyone else. But I did feel uncomfortable with the way he would present the idea of going to these projects.
To come party with me.
Yeah. And then that swayed me away from it, just that long.
So you didn't realize
as much stuff has come. Like when I seen today, it was allegations of 3 men that said he drugged them, and it's a long time, to be honest with you. Like when people don't remember being violated for 20 years, it makes me feel a little hard.
What are your thoughts on the allegations against Jay-Z?
That was interesting. When I was saying things, not knowing exactly what I was saying, but I was going with like, where's Jay at? He's mad quiet. Like while the Puffy thing was going on. But it's obvious now that his team was being made aware that he was in those allegations also. So I hope it works out, because with his family, the things that go on internally is that those accusations are crazy. It's kind of interesting. I think that civil suit turned into a look. They looked at it like maybe it's a criminal situation.
Right.
A little early, and it could have been the same lobbyists and the same people that use their connections to make that happen for Puff.
Is that kind of why you was going hard on him the last couple years? Is it because of the liquor situation? Because to be honest, since the situation he's in now, it's kind of like it's like you fell back. You fell back on him. Was this all over the liquor, or you just said?
Well, most of that was motivation. That was competing,
right?
For, with brands, and he was ahead of me,
right?
Because he had been working on Ciroc and stuff like that, and then integrating it into our culture with Coco Loso and different things with different people, connected to it. So, yeah, that's what that was. But when you look at, he would do a lot of foul shit, like behind the scenes. He would do
that touch their professional communities, even indirectly. Thus far, no formal statement has been issued, leaving room for speculation to fill the void. This moment reflects a broader shift in how celebrity, power, and accountability intersect. The entertainment industry is no stranger to scandal, but recent years have demonstrated a growing unwillingness among the public to separate artistic success from personal conduct. Social media has accelerated this shift, enabling narratives to spread rapidly and placing unprecedented pressure on institutions and individuals alike. Meanwhile, legal analysts caution against drawing conclusions before the judicial process runs its.
And that's what they f***ed up at. You can tell me Puff went away for a long time, bro, but do you not hear the of Meek Mill? Do you not hear all of the shake it off, take that, of Will Smith? Can you not give me the oh God of TD Jakes? Oh. I just don't want to be in the room where niggas be actually doing this, man, because that's crazy for a real Crip to pull up and be like, yo, my nigga, like, check this out. Like, I really heard Carl Winslow in there. Like, yo, I was like, yo, getting slapped like that. Slap. Who was he begging this out like a... Next thing you know, he walk in there and it's actually my mother.
Is Diddy a dangerous man?
Nah, you missed the fact that was my mom. Like, that was Jaguar Wright getting... It's Carl Winslow,
I get it. So you see some guys struggling with that. You see Bieber struggling with that. You see some of these guys struggling with that.
They can't get it out of their head. The things that they did, no matter how they did it, whether they were drunk or high or whatever, you gave up your man card. You need therapy. And that's the thing that hurts them the most. And so they end up on drugs, end up every way to try and get rid of any principles there are. And that's what the business does. And the women that trade their bodies to go and get the role, they get to the point where they have their Oscar, they have their money, but they don't have their dream. They don't have the soul that they started with. So it's like achieving don't mean anything. If I get all the Nobel Prizes from doing all of this, but in the process I have to trade out all of my integrity to do it so that they can stay.
Allegations, no matter how numerous or emotionally compelling, remain allegations until tested in court. The presumption of innocence remains a cornerstone of the legal system, even as public opinion often moves far more quickly. Balancing empathy for alleged victims with fairness to the accused remains one of the most challenging aspects of cases like this. Still, the cultural impact of these proceedings is already evident. Brands are reassessing partnerships, collaborators are distancing themselves, and long-standing alliances are quietly dissolving. Even those not directly implicated are reconsidering how closely they wish to be associated with figures under investigation. The chilling effect on the industry is real, and its long-term consequences are yet to be.
Where did that come from? How did that? Of all questions.
When did he miss that train?
How did that go?
That train might have left the
that
station,
train took
but
off
you were
from the
right
station.
there.
Yeah,
You were right there to get on that.
That train took off from the station for sure.
You were close.
Yeah. I wasn't at that train station.
You left early? You left early?
No, that was down the street from me. I wasn't there. No.
Did you ever meet Diddy?
Yo, what the
Bro, yo, I forgot you
He's
actually
like, yo,
might have.
I've seen pictures with you there.
Understood. As the case progresses, media coverage is expected to intensify. Each new filing, testimony, or procedural decision is likely to generate headlines and reignite debate. For the public, the challenge lies in distinguishing verified information from rumor and legal fact from online speculation. For those named or indirectly referenced, the challenge is navigating an environment where perception can be as damaging as proof. Ultimately, this unfolding saga is about more than any single individual. It raises difficult questions about power, accountability,
of Dr. Dawn Hughes. So it's in an exhibit that was filed in this case, and it's called Disclosure as to Expert Witness Dawn M. Hughes, PhD, ABPP. Dr. Hughes is a clinical psychologist and a board-certified forensic psychologist, and a leading expert on sexual abuse, interpersonal violence, victimization, and traumatic stress. The following includes the anticipated opinions the government expects Dr. Hughes will offer regarding sexual abuse and victim responses to sexual abuse, coercive control, coping strategies during and in relation to sexual abuse, delayed disclosure, and memory of sexual abuse. Quote, the government expects that Dr. Hughes will testify about coercive control as a tactic of victimization, i.e. the state to process of becoming a victim, and a strategy to gain dominance across a spectrum of relationships. Coercive control often includes a variety of physical, sexual, and/or emotional tactics that together function to control the victim. Allegations implicate dozens of unidentified witnesses and alleged co-conspirators around the world, and some of the key witnesses to the supposed incidents are dead. Basically meaning, how can we defend against it? The defense is not even permitted to share the identities of the individuals described in the disclosure letter with Mr. Combs until April 18th, further hampering defense counsel's ability to investigate. Collectively, these new allegations require many months, if not years, to investigate, and if admitted, would require a series of mini-trials certain to double the length of a trial the government originally said would last 3 weeks. So this is an explosive allegation that on its face, I don't know if I necessarily disagree with. If they are bringing in evidence of uncharged conduct, wouldn't the defense have an opportunity to investigate it and challenge it? It seems like they're making a point. So if this evidence is
the structures that enable influence to go unchecked, whether the allegations are ultimately substantiated or not, the conversation they have sparked is unlikely to fade quickly. The entertainment world and the public that consumes it is being forced to confront uncomfortable truths about how success, loyalty, and silence have intersected for decades. With Cassie's testimony looming, the defense pushing for delays, and the scope of the investigation seemingly expanding, the coming months promise to be critical. All eyes remain fixed on the courtroom, not only to see how justice will be pursued, but to understand how this moment will reshape the culture surrounding